welcome to the Matching Mom Jeans podcast. I'm Shelby.
And I'm Nicole, and Shelby's covered in paint. Do you want to explain that?
I'm not covered in paint, but I really tried to channel my inner Pinterest mom this morning.
Yeah, how is your Pinterest mom?
It seemed like a really good idea at the time. And then
I always
during it was terrifying. And then afterwards, it was kind of rewarding. So,
oh, really? Did they turn out okay?
I mean, sort of. So what happened was I saw this Valentine's Day craft. I'm not sure when this episode's going to come out. Oh, I mean, yeah. And my 13-month-old daughter loves crafts. Loves. If she sees you writing on a piece of paper, she wants the pen. Just loves it. And she loves color and she loves squishy things and she likes messes and it just seemed like a great combination. So it was this thing where you take an empty toilet paper roll holder and you smash it to where it's in the shape of a heart. Not like the new Gen Z heart, but just like a regular heart.
The Gen Z heart? What is that?
Well, how all the cool kids, they make hearts with it's still the shape of a heart. I was just
with their fingers. Oh,
but with their fingers
cute.
instead. I think you're doing it. Yeah, I think that's right. But with their fingers instead of with their whole hand. But it is kind of fat and squashier, like a hand heart instead of pointier,
just
like a finger heart. So,
oh, weird.
But so you smash it, and so it makes kind of like a really big stamp.
Oh no!
Which is more where her motor skills are at right now is stamping. And so then you dip it in paint and then you stamp on the paper. And the first 5 seconds, she was brilliant. First 5 seconds. And then she decided to add her creative flair. So every time she would stamp it, she would take her other hand and smear it.
Oh, yes. Okay. So we're adding a little Picasso. I like it.
Very, very just creative and
bold.
Extreme. Bold. That's the
bold art choices. Bold art choices.
And then she realized that the stamp was something you could see through.
Oh, no.
So at this point, she has yes, like the joke telescopes that when you hold them up to your eye, they leave like a charcoal ring on your eye. Because at this point, she has flipped it over and she has painted with both sides. And now she has paint in her eyelashes.
Oh,
and
no.
Instant spicy armpits. Just instantly spicy armpits. Because I'm like, is she going to go blind because of a Valentine's Day craft that I saw on Pinterest? It was like this whole thing.
I've ruined her.
Literally.
She's broken now. She's broken. She's blind. It's never going to be okay again. I did this. It's so bad.
So we kept going because she wasn't going to let me wipe that eye. And so it wasn't bothering her.
The only way out is through.
We just kept smashing and smearing and smashing and smearing. And so I don't think that anyone is going to actually be able to get a card with a heart on it. But
I'll take
we
one.
We may be able to sell it for $7 million one day.
I like it.
If she continues down this path.
She can bring me a small smear of a hand heart. I'll take it.
Yeah. And of course, I'm one of those people that I'm not really a play clothes, quote unquote, kind of person. So she was doing a Valentine's Day craft, so she was wearing a Valentine's Day outfit. That's just how I roll.
Oh, that is a new mom. That's a faux pas. That is a new mom faux pas.
It is.
You strip them naked.
All of her clothes. Well, she wasn't wearing any pants, so she couldn't get any pants are sacred around here. Pants are hard to find that fit her. So shirts, they're easy to come by. And so it's just like a red and white shirt anyway. And so red paint, it's fine. It's fine.
I see your point.
But I mean, I don't feel bad about it because we buy all of her clothes used anyway. We buy all of our clothes
That's
used.
right. You had your consignment sale. Did you love it?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's like Wonderland. I
Yeah.
love baby consignment sales
It's like Mommy
because
Black Friday.
oh, it is like Mommy Black Friday. It is like Mommy Black Friday and the Super Bowl. Like I feel like I have to stretch beforehand. Me and my mom friends who go together, like we always like talk about whether like what we're going to eat for lunch beforehand because see as consigners I also sell at the consignment sale, which means I get to go in
Ooh.
at noon before everybody else and my friends do as well, and so like that's like lunchtime, and so it's like if you shop for an hour and a half or more, sometimes more, at the consignment sale at
Sometimes.
lunchtime, you could literally drop in there with all the hot heat and they're blaring music and it's a whole thing and there's children running around
Shop
like
near
crazy and
drop.
you're hoping it's not your child running around like crazy, but sometimes it is. And if I have to take my daughter with me, she's strapped on my back. And so it's just like, lugging 20 pounds around.
It's weird that they start at noon. Ours starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. And so
Well,
you have to line up at 8.
ours starts like early on the like standard days, but on consignor days, you can get in starting at noon.
Oh, I
And you can
like
get in earlier if you like pay for a pass, but I'm not going to pay more to save more money.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I guess
That
if you
makes my eye
wanted
twitch.
something very specific, you'd have to go early. But like that seems kind of weird.
But yeah, I'm obsessed with baby consignment sales and baby Facebook resale pages. And I mean, she's so well dressed for a fraction of the cost. And it's
I like
so
it.
fun.
Meanwhile, mine are we just saved everything for hand-me-downs. So occasionally I will get some new clothes, but like we're just in hand-me-down land and it's wonderful. You just keep going through them. It also helps that mine hasn't grown in a while. Like he just is never going to get taller. He's still wearing 9-month pants and he's
See,
20 months. It's not great, but it is.
we'll
I'm just
stand a
throwing
short
them
king.
away to like now I'm just like donating them or putting them in the donation pile because might as well at this point. Like otherwise they're going to be trashed completely. So someone else needs to love these pants for a while, please.
I never realized why there was so many racks and racks and racks of 2T clothes. And then
Oh,
it started
yeah.
to connect for me just now with my 13-month-old how long we will be in 2T clothes.
Yeah, because
Because like
they grow like they they gain like what is it? They triple their weight in the first year, but over the second year they may only gain 7 to 8 pounds. So like they
yeah,
go from like 7 pounds at the very beginning to 21 or 25, whatever range it is. And then over the next year they only gain like 7 pounds. And
and
you're just
like
like,
most of that is in like
"Well,
arm length or something ridiculous like that.
it is
Like
weird."
it's insane that like she's not going to grow that much this year hypothetically. And so I'm like looking at things like we are now the proud owner of 3 rain jackets because they're so
She need
cute.
Yep.
And she's unfortunately for her, you should see her face sometimes. She would be saying, unfortunately, she's not being raised in a household that believes in bad weather, just bad clothing.
Yeah. No.
And I always try to say it to her when we go outside, and she just looks at me from under the hood of her rain jacket like, what are we doing out here?
It's raining. My son loves snow, but is morally offended by rain. And I do understand, but I also don't understand, if that makes sense. Like, I know that it's rude, but he likes showers. So, like, he likes water. It's not like our middle child, my stepson, who is like water phobic. Like, he's like, no, no, thank you, no water ever. But like, my baby loves it. Like he likes showers, he likes to play with running water, he likes to wash his hands, But if it's coming from the sky, it's very offensive. It's not an okay thing. It's very odd.
Well, we wear our snowsuit more than any other children in the South, probably, because my daughter is not, she's not about the cold. And
Valid.
so it gets to be about, 45 degrees, not a chance of snow at all. And she won't go outside unless she's wearing her snowsuit.
At least she understands. She's like, this is how you stay warm and cozy. Leave me alone.
It's like the suits that astronauts put on to walk around outside in the space station or whatever. Like, she's
Gotta
just
get
like, yep,
outside.
time to put on my outside clothes.
Oh my goodness. She needs like some big snow boots too to just like clomp around in now.
Now, if we were going to wear snow boots, that would require us to stop wearing the purple H&M boots with the fur that I bought her on an impulse off of a Facebook resale page right before we went to Colorado. Because
And
I thought,
she loves them.
oh, she loves them so much.
Has she heard the song Low? Boots with the fur.
I mean, I haven't introduced it to her yet, but it's coming. It's coming, and she will hear about it a lot growing up because she loves these boots. And I bought them their size 4/5, which, all sizing metrics in America make so much sense.
Yeah, they do.
But their size
why would they start back
4/5.
over? You get to
So
13 and then you go back to 1. It's so very confusing. Sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't even know it. You got to 14 and you got to 13 and then it started back at 1. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
there
go back.
yet.
So my stepson has ginormous feet. Very much so ginormous feet. And he is currently in a 12 and 13. And then the next sizes are 1s and 2s. And I guess I probably knew that on some level, but it's very confusing to hold a 13 and hold a 1 and be like, okay, these are the same. These are very close to the same, but they are not the same. It's very upsetting. And of course, when he starts over at 1, then he's in adult sizes. But they also call them big kid sizes, which is also confusing.
I would so much rather, like, I wear, a 6.5 or a 7. I would so much rather wear like a 42.
Right? Than have it all
if it
start
just
over.
Meant it started with day 1.
Yeah. Like you're a newborn. You wear a size 0. You're a 3-month-old. You can have a 1. Like,
But
you're 2.
yeah, so
enjoy a 4.
Of course, I didn't know how shoe sizes worked or what size she would need. And she was right at 9 months old when we went to Colorado hiking. And it was going to be cold. It was cold in October. And there was, chance of snow and everything. And so I got these boots because I paid like $3 for them resale. And I was like, they'll keep her feet warm. She obviously can't walk or anything like that, but they'll keep her feet warm in the hiking backpack. So I just thought, like, yeah, whatever. And then as she started to walk in December, one day we put them on her because they were nice and wide and they have Velcro strap around the ankle. And so we thought,
cushy.
Perfect. And she just loves them to the point where we don't keep them with her other shoes.
Oh,
because
no.
otherwise she will like wake up in the middle of the night and want to put her boots on.
Oh, poor
And
thing.
so we keep them like in the hall closet so that we can only get them on. And sometimes you open the hall closet and she goes, boot.
You're like, no boot. Get away from the boot.
It's like, not time for boots right now. Time to get the vacuum cleaner out of the hall closet, actually.
Yeah, no boots. So you love Facebook mom groups, but I have discovered a dark side of Facebook mom groups, and I need to tell you about it. I was on Reddit, and I was looking at stuff mom groups say, but it was the adult version of stuff. And I was just kind of, going through some of the funnier screenshots, and then I got to what I like to refer to as the Bluey mom's conservative rabbit hole, which is that kind of like right-wing conservative, like deep QAnon, but it's Bluey.
What?
And someone has gone through, like there are actual. I found some of them and tried to join them, and I must have gotten screened out because nobody let me in. But
There's
found
a spy
them
in our midst.
Yeah, they know she's a real Bluey fan. But it's like it started kind of. So when I was looking it up, it started kind of innocent, like traditional values. You know, there's a mom and a dad and 2 kids, and there's none of this weird stuff that we don't want to expose our kids to because we're mean. That stuff. And then it went like pictures of Bluey and Bingo, which is Bluey's little sister. I know you don't watch a lot of Bluey, but Bluey and Bingo with like AK-47s photoshopped onto them.
What?
And
Whoa.
like, yeah, and like Bluey's dad was like toxic masculinity to the max, which is weird because he does it. I don't remember her name. Her mom's name is Chili. I don't remember what his name is, but he's like really nice dad. He like plays with all of the kids. And so now I'm just like very confused. And now when I hear another mom on the internet say that they watch Bluey, I'm like, but what kind of Bluey do you watch? What kind of Bluey fan are you?
I thought Bluey was like a good option. Like we're not in our screen time era yet. Like we don't do screen time yet. But we do when we travel because there's no rules when you travel. Your children can eat croissants for 5 meals a day and watch TV. It's fine.
That's how you survive.
But yeah, that is their form of a vacation. They really don't care to see the Rocky Mountains, but they're super pumped that they get to sleep in the same room as you, eat croissants for 5 meals a day, and watch TV. Yeah, so that is their form of vacation. But I've heard good things about Bluey.
It's a good show. It's a wonderful show. I learned like new games for the kids to play. And like that are kind of age appropriate. Like they have this whole one where they have a xylophone, and when they tap the xylophone, it either freezes or unfreezes the dad, and like they chase him around. Like it's fun, and I just don't understand what happened to the like weird co-opting of the like. Somebody literally posted in that Stuff Mom group say a screenshot where somebody was like, Chili and whatever Bluey's dad's name, they would never vaccinate their children. And I was like, they're dogs. They have to be vaccinated. It's required. Yeah. They have to have something to go to the vet.
And why are we putting beliefs on these cartoon dogs that
from Australia
telling us about?
And the other thing is, like, Australia has pretty strong, like, safe, like, gun regulations and laws, and then they're drawing their poor little cartoons covered with AK-47s.
That is wild.
Right? So now I'm on a hunt, and I've been, like, subscribed to this, like, Stuff Mom group, say, Reddit, and I am on a hunt to figure out how to get into a Bluey Moms scary group, and to figure out if there's any other ones, because, like, does Go Diego Go have a secret following that are deeply into stuff? Like, I want to know.
That's the one you want, isn't it?
Oh, I have a really funny story for you. So, Mom came and watched my youngest while I had to have
as in our mother?
Our mother, yes. Came to visit to watch my youngest while I had a medical procedure done. And I had told her if he's having a hard time, he can watch Go Diego Go. Because, for those of you who don't know, my husband is Dominican, and our little boys are brown, and representation matters, and we love to watch, like, Encanto and those things that show them on the screen. Well, I didn't realize that there's a new show called Santiago. So you got Go Diego Go and Santiago is also a little Hispanic boy who is a pirate on a boat. And so Mom got them confused. And she goes, well, now we watch Santiago, and now my son asks for Tigo and Diego. And he wants different ones. He wants different ones, and he has some pretty strong opinions about it. And you have no way of telling the difference.
Here's what you do. You print out the main characters and you laminate them.
There we go.
And you put them like, I've seen people do this with toddlers, and I'm seriously considering it. Where like you print out like your like visual cards.
Pick and choose.
To help.
Yeah. That would help with food, I think. But
I
what's
think so.
funny
I think
is
we're going to make some for snacks.
Last night, I literally had to be like, do you want Santiago on a boat or Diego with a cat? Because Diego has like a best friend who's baby jaguar. And he goes, cat. And I was like, perfect. That's the one we're watching.
Yeah. Boat or cat?
Yes. Which one? Because Ego or Tigo, however he says it, and then Diego, it's not great. So it was really funny, but it is a really cute show, and that's kind of fun. I can't wait to introduce it to my stepson because he really likes pirate ships, and we listen to sea shanties, which is a little confusing for children, but they really like sea shanties. And there's one on Santiago, so that's nice. It's like Santiago of the Seas or something like that. He's a good pirate who patrols against bad pirates, and his friend is a mermaid.
Hey, there you go.
Oh.
So far we've got, I'm on Facebook groups, you're on Reddit talking about Facebook groups.
Yes, as is important.
Your children watch shows my child does not yet. And
to be fair, mine are older.
You guys have minor confusion regarding Santiago and Diego, and we are stuck bad in the bug blue boat of it all.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Oh, because
that's a fun one.
Her favorite books: Pout Pout Fish,
nice,
Little Blue Truck, You're My Little Cuddle Bug.
Oh no.
And Caterpillar.
Oh no, I see where this is
going.
Like
the very hungry caterpillar. So you got Pout Pout, Blue, or Beep Beep, depending on what she's calling it at that moment.
To be fair, the little blue truck goes beep beep.
Yes, the little blue truck does go beep beep. It's still very confusing. So you got Pout Pout, Beep Beep. You got Blue and Cuddlebug.
Oh no.
And which she sometimes just calls Bug. Or she calls it Cuddlebug, which sounds a lot like whatever consonants she's putting together to make the word caterpillar.
Nice.
And we just spend the whole time we're putting on her pajamas trying to figure out which book she's talking about, because our bedtime routine is
just line
pajamas, skincare. Then we got 2 books, brush our teeth, go to bed.
I love the
There's milk in there somewhere, but lately it's been varying where the milk goes. We just try to do the milk before the brushing the teeth, because otherwise that would negate it. But not always before we brush the teeth, because sometimes it's after.
Sometimes it's got to be after. That's fine.
But yes, we do skincare. We've been doing skincare since she was like 7 days old, because she had really bad baby acne.
Video
but yeah,
I see
so
of
we spend
skincare.
and my husband and I are looking at each other like, what did she say? And then last night she really, really threw us for a loop, because she wanted llama llama red pajama, and she wasn't saying llama llama, and she wasn't saying mama. She was saying pajama. So she said pa-ama.
Oh no. Like Pout Pout Fish.
Yeah. We're like, is that
it's a clear P sound.
Yeah, it's like, what is that? What is that word? So we decided that we're going to have to get those very aesthetic bookshelves that are like the shallow bookshelves with the books facing out, because her books on her shelf, you can see the spines of them, but she doesn't know what the spines look like.
Yeah, no.
And so every night we're pulling out like 8 books trying to figure out which one she's saying.
You should just line them up along the floorboards. Be like, here's your library.
Yeah, like pick 2. And maybe we will. Maybe we'll just start lining them up and being like, pick 2.
That works.
It's a mess. It's a mess trying to get. Oh, but my luck, she would pick all of them.
Yeah, that
And I
is
have a
true. When you
really,
lay
really
out
hard time
options,
saying, no,
sometimes.
you can't read anymore.
Yeah, that's how we are currently operating with food, because anytime he wants food, he says oatmeal. And so then you make oatmeal and he's like, no, yogurt. And you're like, do you want oatmeal or yogurt? And he goes, yes. And
Both.
it's like, okay, well, the only word no one's allowed to say when he's hungry is cheese. And
Yeah.
we've tied it all back to cheese again.
Every episode talks about cheese.
It needs to. Cheese is very important to
We
motherhood, to children. Cheese is great.
we definitely have got to learn more food words, because it used to be she just asked for food by saying please. Like she would just look at you and she would just say, please,
Oh, like alms
please.
for the poor. Alms for the
Yeah,
poor.
literally like exactly that vibe. And so then we would be like, do you want, cheese, or do you want cracker, or, raspberries or whatever? And if she wanted it, she would say please. And if she didn't want it, she would just be quiet. And so then we tried to work with the words, and she can say berry. And she made some noise that sounded like quesadilla. And, like she can say syllables for a lot of things. She's 13 months old. She's working on it.
But sometimes they make up things. Like triangle is still gabagi, even though he knows that it's a triangle. And you can say, where's the triangle? And he'll pick it up and go, gabagi. And you're just like, my neighbor even had me check to see if it was in a different language. She was like, maybe he knows a different language from a previous life. And I was like, sure, let's look it up. But they all start with T's. So there is no gabagi. I just don't know where it
From
came from.
a previous life.
Yep, she
Wow.
wanted me to check, and I did check, and there is no gabagi. So now we have no information about any previous lives he may have had.
That's
That was our
amazing.
only link.
That was our only link. But oh my gosh, yeah, it's just wild. But right now, instead of saying please when she wants food, she just keeps saying more.
Oh,
So you'll be playing in the floor with her, or we'll be outside, or she'll be riding in her car seat, and all of a sudden she'll just go, and she doesn't say more lightly either. I'm going to back away from the mic for a second because she goes, more.
that's like the way she says okay. She says okay like she's resigned to everything.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Like she's just like, well,
Well,
here
that's
we
why
are.
please sounded so desperate, because she would go, please, please. But
Her like
yeah,
pronunciation of things and the input, like the what is it called? The
emphasis.
pathos? No, like the pathos, or the way, like the whatever. But yes, the emphasis and the way that she puts emotions into words is hilarious, because she doesn't always pick the emotion you would expect her to.
Very, very expressive. But
Yeah.
yeah, so like literally driving down the road and you'll hear more, and you're like, of what?
More of the trees outside the car.
Exactly what? Like, what are you wanting more of?
That's so
Um,
funny.
it's yeah, we're gonna have to get some like food flashcards and like work on actual words for food so that we can ask for things.
Hey, you know where you can find those? Facebook
I
mom
can make
groups.
them. Oh, Facebook mom groups would definitely have them for me.
Just not the Bluey ones. Don't go to any
Just
Bluey
didn't.
Facebook mom groups. I feel like I have to protect you from this.
I did not know that was a thing.
I'm going to send you some screenshots, because Bluey with an AK-47 strapped to her chest was very jarring, but also super fascinating. So
I've
I
just
just
never
feel like
spent any time on Reddit.
this is I like Reddit because I like to read the like r/parenting and the r/ like the subreddits about like step parenting, because it makes me feel really good about my life. And I miss people. Like now that I'm not doing counseling all the time, like I kind of miss other people's stories and drama. So I go on and get those from the internet. But I just don't have the energy for Facebook mom groups. They're hard. So I just like the highlights.
I
So
love a Facebook mom group. I literally joined a new Facebook mom group like 10 seconds before we hit record.
did you really?
Yeah. Because
Do you think
TikTok showed me a
that
video of a bunch of moms that are joining their own, like, babies and books Facebook group.
Oh.
And so it's, like,
Is
for
it
moms, but book talk for moms. And I'm
Oh,
gonna
you
find my
might have to
people
send me
there.
that one. I just I don't even have the Facebook app on my phone because
I
if I'm
would
gonna
send
waste time on
you
something, it's gonna be TikTok.
I would send you the TikTok, but you don't watch the TikToks I send you.
Yeah, I'm 421 behind.
Just commit bankruptcy and watch the last 2.
Oh, that's a good idea, but you send really good ones, and I don't wanna miss the good
Yeah,
ones.
they were really good when I sent them 6
Now they're
months
gonna be
ago.
really old.
Yeah, they're definitely not applicable anymore.
I
You're
really
not
thought
planning Christmas anymore.
I really thought that I would have some downtime after this latest procedure, and instead I realized that I have so many other things to do, including getting ready for my own consignment sale, which
That is
we
so much
sorted
work.
we sorted 300 pieces of clothing because I'm also selling for other people because I have the ability to do that and I'm already signed up as a consigner and all this stuff and woo doggy, that was too much for me.
Do
I
you
should never
not
doing it
have
again.
do you not have, like, limits? Are you gonna have to sign up as multiple consigners?
No, we don't have any limits.
Oh my gosh, we have limits. You can only have 150 items, and I'm always, like, 137.
Really? No, I checked. There's no limit.
Now, you can sign up as a consigner, your husband can sign up as a consigner, it's just who the check's gonna be written to.
Oh, no, see, it's a limited number of consigners, but they can bring as many items as they want. So
Yeah,
that's what
we are limited to 900 consigners, and
900?
each consigner can only bring 150 items.
Okay, your sale must be significantly bigger than mine because
My
ours is like
town is significantly bigger than yours.
yeah, that's valid. Yeah, ours is like 70 to 80. I don't remember how many, but it's like
You
it
literally have chickens at your house, and we had to stop podcasting a minute ago because of the trash trucks in my neighborhood. This is a different vibe over here.
it really is. To be fair, you're very urban. You also have sidewalks though to take your daughter on walks, and we do not have any sidewalks.
Our
We go
sidewalks are so close to traffic that I have become a backpack leash mom, and I have no shame. And
I
I
love your
literally
backpack leash.
I took the tag out of it the other day and gave it to a mom whose child was running around in the street. And I was like, "Hi, here, you need this one. I researched the brands and this is the best one." And I'm like,
Did
"Join
you?
the backpack leash neighbors. We can
Yes.
do it."
I like the one so, like, our backpack little harness leash thingy to keep children from running away during, like, parades is really nice, but also ours came with the little springy wrist cufflet ones, and so I just tied them together, like, both boys together. So then, if I can't 'cause, you know, they're lopsided, they're different, like, heights, so you have to walk crooked if you're holding both their hands, but this way, you can just hold the littlest hands, and the big one has to follow behind you.
I love it.
It's so good.
That's just ingenuity right there.
I need to find that mom group. Whatever version of Facebook mom group thinks that that's a good idea, that's the one I need to join.
I just want to, like, be invited to whatever nirvana people reach when they have 5 or 6 children
Yeah.
without having to have 5 or 6 children, because there was this mom. I'll tell you
Just
this
collect
story
them
and
like
then
I did.
oh my gosh, there was this wonderful mom at Sam's
Oh,
the other day,
that's a good
and
place to
she
find them.
had so many children in her cart that she was putting the stuff on the rack underneath the basket because
Oh,
her basket was filled with children. And her youngest
did
was
she get
about
those on
the
the
age
discount sale too?
of the child that was on my back. Like,
Oh, nice.
so her youngest, and so one of the toddlers in the basket, a little girl, like, yells across the way to me, "What is your baby's name? My baby's name is Hannah Banana." And I said, "Well, that is a wonderful name." And I told her my daughter's name. And her mom started laughing, and I said, I love your child's name. I think that's wonderful. I cannot wait until she's a lawyer named Hannah Banana one day.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah. She's like, I have 6. I feel like they're going to call each other a few names over the years. And I was like, yeah, hopefully mostly good.
Never forget
And
Pizza Dinosaur. That was my son's name while he was a fetus.
yeah.
His called him Pizza Dinosaur, and he would tell everybody his name is Pizza Dinosaur.
Pizza Dinosaur.
And what I don't understand is that people would literally look at me like, "Are you really going to name your kid Pizza Dinosaur?" And I'm like, "He's 4. Why are you listening to him?
Absolutely.
He's not an accurate source of information."
Absolutely.
I have to admire his commitment, though. He stayed on Pizza Dinosaur for most of the 3 months he knew I was pregnant. So every once in a while, it would be dinosaur pizza, but that still counts. It's fine.
Well, Hannah Banana's mom literally had so many children in her cart, and yet she was the kindest, most patient, most peaceful person I have met in months.
We stand a Hannah Banana's mom.
I was like, I don't know who you are, but we obviously live within driving distance of each other. Let's be best friends. But of course, I
leave it at
did
Sam.
not.
Hannah Banana's mom, call me.
Right, it's a missed connection if there ever was one.
Oh yes, that's true. So, my child is going to wake up, so I have to go, and I promise that we will find a way to end the podcast. I promise you. Also, my daughter says that our music is too cheesy, but she missed the joke because the title of the music is Easy Cheesy.
The music is terrible. We're going to have to figure that out.
I am going to change it. I promise.
Sounds like a nice promise to end on.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.